Yo, what's going on guys, Caden here, back with another video, and today I'm back yet again in Pixel Car Racer. And today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the fastest car in Pixel Car Racer, and also going into a new update on the mods. So yeah, let's jump straight into the video. Alright guys, so first off, what you're going to want to do is check out the first link down below in the description. I added a fully new mod to the shop, the Horizon mod. Now pretty much with that, I have a bunch of videos on my TikTok and everything showing you guys how to use it, but there's a bunch of rare new cars, even a fan-made version of story mode. And also, if you guys don't want to go crazy with all the mods and everything, there's just the infinite crates and infinite money and everything like that. But regardless, if you want to check that out, comment down below where's the link, or check out the first link down below in the description. But regardless, let's get straight into making the fastest car in the game. So you can see we have this one right here. Now if we head into our garage and then the cross toolbars, you can see some of the speed, power, and all that. And then we have our tune and all of our parts and everything there. But what we'll do is first we'll head over to where we're actually going to get the car. So we're going to head over to the dealership. Then we're going into EU cars, and then you're just going to scroll along. And it's just a couple in here, just like this. And now what you can see is, if you look at this in the beginning, you're going to be like, oh, well, the speed's low, power's low, but the good thing is the weight is low and the grip is high. And using all the modifications and everything in the parts store, we can easily max out the speed and power on any car. So you're going to be looking for the lowest weight, which is that car there. Now we're gonna head over to our parts store, and pretty much I'll just do it in the garage here, but we'll be using like maxed out of a bunch of parts, and then any of the parts that have the lowest weight but also have the maxed horsepower. So an example for in here is we'd be using, see, the maxed horsepower is 95 horsepower, which you can see with a bunch of these, but the lowest weight is 40 with the 95 horsepower, which is the short pipe hood. So that's just an example of how we're going to be finding and using our best parts. But we're going to take our car, go to the cross toolbars, and then start adding in our parts. So we're going to start off with our engine. We're going to be using the LT5. Then for our tires, any tire that has a weight of 140. And for our nitrous, we're using the Demon 250 shot. Turbo, if you're on iPhone, you're going to be using the 24 karat gold turbo like this. And if you're on Android, you're going to be using the Ruby or Diamond Turbo. I made a full video talking about that update and everything, and if you want access to that on iOS or a couple different modded parts, or even be able to make the infinite horsepower, like rare turbos, anything you want to make, just customize the game. It's kind of just like a sandbox version and stuff like that. Then yet again, check out the first link down below in the description, or comment down below where's the link and it will get sent to you. And I have a bunch of tutorials and everything on my channel showing you guys how to install those and all that, which is just super fun. And yeah, but we're gonna be using the Advent dragsters for our grip, and yet again with these, just any of them, as long as they have 0 weight. And then with our VX bags for our suspension, then we're going into here, which is where it gets important. So for our intake, we're using the VX open intake right here. Now you can see the difference between the VX open manifold and the VX open intake. The weight is almost half, but with the same horsepower. Then for our RAM, we're using the SF Type R. Pistons, we're using the VX Concept X. And here we go, we got the PRX Black. And then yet again, like I mentioned with our exhaust, we have the short pipe hood. And now we're going to be getting into the weight modifications, and then into our tune, which is the most important. So we're going to be actually using a decal, because we're going to be using that over paint, because paint has the weight of 5. If you just use a decal, it has 0 weight. Any of these you can use because it has no weight. Same with here. And then with our seat, we're going to be using the -120 seat, not the -110 with the roll cage. So just any seat that's -120. And then these mods, yet again, doesn't matter, has no weight. And there you go. And then we're going to head into our cross toolbars here, and then the settings button, and we're going to be changing up our gearing. Now what you see is we have first gear. This is the most efficient for the quarter-mile race. First gear 1.58, second 1.29, third 1.10, fourth 0.94, fifth 0.81, and sixth 0.51, and then final drive at 3.50, but we never end up really getting there. Now that is the most efficient for the quarter-mile race and to do the tournaments and all that. But if you want to get the half-mile or full mile longest time, you can still use this car. All you have to do is change up your third, fourth, fifth, and sixth gear, and what you would do is you would just slightly lower all of them. So second gear and all that would stay the same, first and second, but you would lower third to like 1, and fourth to like 0.80, blah 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 blah, and that would just make our speed last a tiny bit longer. And yeah, that's everything with the tune. So then we're gonna head into our final bit. We're just gonna set our suspension at 0.80 minus 4.5 inches, and launch control at it's not at the max. We're gonna have it at 9,000 RPM, and then our boost at 32 PSI, the max just there. And that is everything for this build. So we're gonna run it on the dyno, and then I'll show you guys us using it in the quarter mile, and let's just jump into it. Here we go. Bang, there you go. We see we hit our max of 3,500 horsepower, which is absolutely insane. Now we're going to take our car and we're going to head in and do the drag race free run, and you're going to want to make sure that you're using manual or manual with clutch, but obviously for the most efficient and consistent, we're going to be using manual. And automatic, you actually can't really get one of the fastest times because it's auto, it's not quick enough. And the way that we're going to be doing our start. So we're going to get into this, but make sure you guys are paying super close attention on how I heat up my tires, use my nitrous, and then jump into the race. Here we go. So we're just going to heat up our tires like normal, and then we're going to be spamming the clutch. Right here, spam the clutch, which drops our speedometer a little bit quicker. Wait, activate our nitrous early, and then it just comes down to the start, which I didn't get the best one there, but you can see with still using efficient shifting and using that good start, we can still get a sub 6 second time, which puts us on the leaderboard, which is absolutely insane. And yeah, so you can see everything right there with that car, and that is how you make one of the fastest cars in Pixel Car Racer. Now, if you guys want to get all the badges and everything, I have videos on my channel showing you guys that. But yet again, this is just to let you guys know that I'm having a huge mod store update, added in the Horizon mod, Underground mod, and then yet again our usual traditional custom mod and infinite everything and stuff like that. But regardless, if you guys want to check that out, yet again, check it out in the first link down below in the description. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.